Okay, we're live. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Colleen Meyer, and we have an amazing person, a guest with us today, and it is Lafaya Mitchell. And Lafaya Mitchell is a licensed marriage and family therapist, and she has this amazing program. She has a four-core strategy called called the Lafaya Way. And last week we talked about how to apply the Lafaya Way in a business relationship. Today we're going to talk about how to apply the Lafaya Way to life family relationships. So I'm going to give her some scenarios that I had in my life, and I'm sure you have in your life, to talk about how we can address these issues through the four core strategies of the Lafaya Way. And then we're going to talk about the Parents Empowering Parents party that Lafaya has coming up on the 24th, next Saturday, and at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So let's get right into it. So Lafaya, let's talk about teenagers, okay? And let's talk about when teenagers are at a certain age, as you know, and they start fighting with their parents. The parents don't know anything; they know everything. That they parents are done. You're trying to hold me down. Why can't I go out? My friend goes out till 1 o'clock in the morning. Why can't I go out till 1 o'clock? What do you mean clean my room? This is my room. And by the way, stay out of my room. You know, even though this is your house, stay out of my room. Slam the door. They don't want to hear you. They don't want to look at you. They think you're an idiot. They call you an idiot. So, and what do we do as parents when we are having to confront this type of situation in our homes? And I know a lot of people have been there or are currently there.
I think that the best way to address, and that was quite a few situations that's kind of going on there with a teenager, but no matter what the situation, then you have to remember the importance of addressing these things relationally. I think
Mhm.
that's where we all kind of miss the mark quite often. And this is whether we're dealing with things at home with a teenager, with a toddler, with our spouse, with people that we work with. It all comes down to working on creating that connectivity that causes you
Mhm.
to have the kind of influence that you need to have over whomever it is, whether it be a teenage person or not. Okay.
Mhm.
And so when you're dealing with certain things like that, because for example, there are many, you gave a lot of examples, but using one of the examples of even them, what do you mean? What do you mean clean my room? It's my room. As a matter of fact, get out of my room, right? When you're dealing with those kind of situations, then when you're dealing with them the Lafaya way, then you go about it in a way that helps them to identify, especially now if you're dealing with a teenager. You want to
Right.
help your teenager whom you love
Right.
understand how their behaviors may work against them and how they can get more of what they need and give them the skills, the tools to be able to do that by the way you interact with them. So when we start breaking down the Lafaya way, then we look at what's the first things first? First things first, find your calm. Because when a person is talking to you like that, no matter what age that person is or no matter what relation they are to you, is
Mhm.
likely to cause some measure of upset. So
Right.
first thing you have to do is find your calm. The best way to find your calm is to learn how not to personalize what the other person is doing. So what are some of the first things that you can come up with in order to find your calm when you're first of all dealing with a kid that's acting out in this way? Then you can say first, you want to kind of take that deep breath. I know everybody hates to hear that, but you have to take that deep breath because we tend to shallow breathe when we're feeling
Mhm.
upset. Okay, so if you don't take that deep breath first, then you already sending the wrong messages to the brain. The brain's already like fight or flight, choke this kid out. All kinds of brain's already going there, right? Body's starting to come with it, right? But when you start taking a breath, you start relaxing those tense muscles, like tuning into those body cues and saying, okay, woosah before I, kill somebody, right? Woosah, right? And so, you
Right.
start getting into
Right.
that. Then you start relaxing a little bit so that you can think clearly. When you get to
Mhm.
a space where you can think clearly, then you want to get into, okay, wait, where are we? What's going on here? You want to get to understanding the real truth. So everybody knows, those who tune in, is FIR is the acronym for the Lafaya way. is
That's
find your
right.
calm, understand the real truth, respond, because we've evolved now from reacting, right? Respond
Right.
according to your truest intention. And then my 3 R's, which is to recognize small step differences, reinforce them highly, and repeat. But now getting back to now you found your calm. And there are a variety of ways to do that, of course, right? Found your calm.
Lafaya, can I
Sorry.
ask you real quick? I'm sorry. Since we're right there at Find Your Calm, I
Mhm.
find as I raise teenage daughters that that's the hardest for me. Because they're looking at you like you're dirt under their shoe, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And they're just like that whole that how do you find your calm as a parent? What do you think is the best way as a parent to do that when you're in the middle of this
Okay.
argument?
I want to give you a first thought about that. If you're dealing in, so now this is getting into understanding your real truth. See, it takes to understand the real truth to find your calm, right? Because
Right.
if you understand the real truth, which is, I will choke a kid out, right? You think in your mind, and you thinking, oh, this poor baby don't know what they're in for. Like all of a sudden, they're not go for a teenager, they're not gonna have access to their car anymore.
Hmm.
It's gonna be like cook your own dinner because you're grown. All kinds of stuff that they don't
Right.
want, right?
That's
They
right.
all of a sudden, no more internet. There are all these things that
Yes.
potentially happen, but here they are working on having that happen to themselves. Poor thing, they should know better, right? Right. So if you go into almost like the poor thing mode, then that helps you to find your calm right there. Like, oh, they have it kind of twisted in there. Like the hormones are really messing with that little thing. I wonder if you had lunch today, baby. Are you hungry or something? Because you seem like you're kind of messing yourself up, right? If you get if you get yourself in that mind space, it
Hmm.
really does help you not to become upset. Because why? Because now you're not personalizing what it is they're doing. You're seeing it for
That's right.
exactly what it is. Them sabotaging themselves. Oh, babe, don't sabotage yourself like that, right? You start so then like you start second stepping it, understanding the real truth that helps you along with finding your calm. Remember, these are all the ingredients to make your wonderfully beautiful, tasty cake, right? So you're
Right.
looking to bring it all together. So understanding the real truth is going to help you to find your calm. If you tune into things like the HALT method through the 12-step program, hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Oh, baby must have not had a snack today. Or was it a bad day at school? Did your boyfriend say something wrong to you? Whatever. Are you feeling lonely? Did you get enough rest last night? Because, you've been staying up
Hmm.
kind of late, right? Kind of stuff. Then it changes it. It shifts it for you. So now you're moving into problem solving mode instead of emotional mode, right? You can stay in
I
your
love
logic
that.
instead of in your feelings, right?
Hmm.
So find your calm, understand the real truth helps you to do that. Respond according to your respond in alignment. I love saying in alignment because you want to be in
I love
alignment with
that.
yourself, with your own goals, right? So respond in alignment with your truest intentions. And what are your truest intentions as a parent? Your truest intention is not to choke a kid out, right? Your truest intention is not to hop across the bed to get them, right? Your truest intention is that they feel when you're in a calm moment, safe, happy, secure, loved, right? That's our any parent, you know, well, most parents, because some of them out there, but most parents' truest intentions, you know, are to make sure that our kids feel safe, loved, and cared for, right? We
Yes,
don't
I
wake up in the
agree.
morning thinking, yes, I'm gonna just be as offended as I possibly can and be so upset with this kid, right? That's not in alignment. We want
Right.
peace, right?
That's
So
right.
when we want peace, we have to find our peace space because we have to understand that our kids are drawing. That's understanding the real truth. Our kids are drawing from our energy too. So if they're trying to put on, start World War III, if we're soaking that in and then we're giving it back to them, and all we have is a bunch of friction going back and forth, and we're not getting to our truest intention, which is to have peace in our home.
Hmm.
So if our truest intention is to have peace in our home, then what do you do when you're seeking that? Then now you're like in your calm space, understand the real truth. Now my responding according to my truest intention includes now my response will be, oh, okay, baby. It seems like there's a possibility that you're having a tough time right now, right?
Hmm.
Feel like you having a real hard time right now. Like there's a couple things that you have mistaken in your head, and I'm gonna help you out because I don't want you feeling later on like anybody's taking anything from you. I want you to understand that you can have access to all the things that you want, but there's
Hmm.
a certain way that you're gonna have to
Right.
respond. And when you talk to me like that, it causes me to start to feel like, oh my goodness, should I be giving this kid anything? Should this kid have access to anything at all? right? And I
Mm-hmm.
know that's not your intention. I know you're feeling frustrated. You were probably already having a hard day. Maybe you didn't have lunch. I'm suggesting you go ahead and have a snack right now, right? You know, I know that's not your intention. So please, don't set yourself up to feel like you're in trouble, because talking that way is only going to cause that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you're responding according to your truest intentions. I'm trying to keep peace in the house. I want you to be a happy kid. Don't mess yourself up. Like,
That's right.
please help me help you. Right? Right. So
I love
respond,
that.
yeah, respond according to your truest intention. And then your 3 R's at the end, which is to recognize the small step differences. So maybe last time they had a little bit more of a big, because this is just a teenage tantrum when they're doing all this. It's
Mm-hmm. It
equivalent to
is
the baby
tantrum.
laying out in the floor and kicking their legs. There's
Mm-hmm.
no difference other than they're taller people, right? with,
Right.
with more experiences because they've been there a tiny bit longer than that baby.
That's right.
Right. And so then you're looking, so then you're looking and you're saying, okay, well, you know what? You used to give a bit of a harder time, because as you start to interact the Lafaya Way, what you'll see is people will start to change in increments. You won't see anything. It won't be magical like they just go from night to day. They'll go from night to more like, dusky looking. It's still a little bit dark. Still a little bit, still dark. It ain't completely dark, but it's a little dark, and you want to move toward that bright light that you're looking for. But when you find that there's a small step change, even if it's that there's a little bit less, less attitude in their tone,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, right? But as you find those are happening, the way that you keep it going is to highly reinforce even the small step changes. Because
I agree with that.
especially for teenagers, they struggle. They struggle. So if you
Mm-hmm.
see any measure of change, and especially when they take part in any measure of change, trust and believe they know they're doing it, okay, at the time. And if you don't reinforce that, if you don't recognize it and reinforce it, they're going to be like, well, it doesn't matter how I respond anyway, because you're going to be mad at me the same way no matter what I do. So then that promotes them not going further into that change. Whereas when you reinforce it, oh, you know what? I know you're having a hard time right now, but you know what? Your tone is a little less attitudinal. I know you're trying to I'm figuring you're trying to work it out, so you're going to get a bigger pass than you did last time, right? you know,
Mm-hmm.
recognize, reinforce, and then always about repeating the 4 steps. So the repeat is so that everybody can be reminded that you're consistently going through the 4 steps in any interaction that you're having with anyone, including your interaction with you and you, because you have to give yourself
Right.
the same kind of, same stuff.
Hey, Lafaya, I found success with your Lafaya Way. Going through this pandemic that we were coming through, and then going to I went to your parents empowering parents PEP party, and I don't have kids. I mean, I do, but they're adults. I don't have little kids. But I had my granddaughter, because my daughter, and still is a what do you call she has to work, right, through the pandemic. So she had to work because she
Essential
works.
worker.
Thank you. I couldn't come up with it because she works in the food industry. She makes sure that restaurants get food. So I had my granddaughter, and I know we talked about this. She wouldn't go to school. She has a little bit of a learning. She's a little dyslexic. She has a learning disability. And then every day it was the same fight. Every single day it was the same fight to get up and go into your class. You don't have to get up and you go. You just open a computer, you go into your computer. But when I went to your PEP, and when I have her and I talk to her and I try to say, are you going to school? I use your 4 steps. And it works.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
it works.
because it isn't about me. Hey, you need to get up. How many times do I have to tell you? Why do we have to fight? Just please get up. And then you go from mad to begging, right? Just please get up, go to. But when you take it from your 4 core strategies, remain, find your calm. You do you work through your truth until you work through the reinforce all of these things that are your 4 strategies. And I'm starting to see a change in her because it wasn't about me. It's about her, and I have to make her I have to approach her differently so she does not go on the defense. So it really
Now,
worked.
just because I like the way that I like the way that you framed it, but I want to just give a little bit more of insight into that,
Okay.
because it does become about, it's always about us. when we're
Mm-hmm.
interacting with another person. Okay, it's always about us in this way, in that if we are able to bring our true selves to the situation, then
Mm-hmm.
we'll and our goal is to bring out what the other person, whether it be a child or adult, truly wants, how they truly mean to present themselves. Because I'm sure your granddaughter didn't want to be perceived as a little, little brat. Like if you walk up
Right.
to her and you say, "Hey, do you want everybody to feel like you're a little brat?" The course, they're going to say no, of course, right?
Right.
And so and
Perfect.
so and so you're really you're in being true to you, you're
Mm-hmm.
assisting her in calling out the truth in her. You
I
are a
love
great
that.
kid. Okay, you're a great kid, and my understanding is clearly you're having a hard time, because I know the last thing that you would really want if you were feeling okay or in a good place is to feel like you're getting in trouble, or I'm yelling at you, or I'm angry at you now. That's the last thing you
Mm-hmm.
want, right?
That's right.
so
Right.
so when you're dealing with a person from that place of understanding, then it's you're a great kid is the message that you're giving to them. You're a great kid. Now let's bring out that greatness, and I'm going to show you my greatness. So how my greatness in how
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to interact with you, so that I can bring that out of you. See, when we're yelling, we're doing all the extra stuff. First of all, we're showing our own tails, right? We're showing our
Mm-hmm.
own, messed up side, and
Right.
we're saying, hey, you act better, even though I'm going to act worse trying to get you to act better, right?
That is so, Lafaya, that's it right there. That's perfect. Because that's exactly what, that was the big change in her,
Mhm.
to where, she's okay. Okay. She calls me Coco. Okay, Coco. Well, I'll go to class and, okay. And then we reinforce the behavior we wanted to see repeat.
Yes, yes.
And that's what Lafaya step four. So, um, so that was, I just wanted to share things. I haven't had a chance to share with you, that made an impact in getting her to go to school and getting her to engage and getting her to, because it did it in phases, right? Then it was going to school, and then it was getting her to, um, okay, I'll go and I'll start to answer some questions. And then it became, I'm going to do all of those things, and I'm going to do my homework and turn it in on time. So, so when she was going to school, but not quite turning her homework in, she made a baby step. I'm going to celebrate it. And then we took the
Yes,
next step. And I learned
yes.
that. I learned that at your parents empowering parents event.
That's so awesome. I'm excited because most of the time people will kill the progress. Like
Mm-hmm.
they'll
I
do the
agree.
thing, they'll get it down, the small step change will happen. They won't capture it. See, this is what causes the
Mm-hmm.
long-term change to happen. You have to
Yeah.
capture the small, tiniest. If your kid used to tantrum for an hour before and it was 30 minutes the next time, you make sure you grab a hold of that and reinforce it. Say, "Oh, baby, you used to cry for an hour, and you know what? You only spent 30 minutes crying this time. What did you do to help yourself feel better so fast? That was fast. I'm so proud of you, right?" Then next,
Yes.
it's 10 minutes, right? They go from 30 to 10. It's like, oh, dang, now you're really getting it down. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
so then
Exactly.
you actually help them to understand that they can do it. If we focus the things that we focus in on the most are the things we're going to get more of. So if we focus in on how they're still messing up, we're going to get more messing up. If we focus in on how they're getting better, we're going to get more getting it better. That's the same for them
That is.
as it
That's
is
it.
for us. If we were trying to lose weight, if we focus in on what didn't happen, then if we focus in on the bad portion, we're going to get more of that bad portion. Oh
Mm-hmm.
man, I was trying to lose zero point 0.5 pounds today, and I only lost zero point 0.2. Oh, see this. Throw your hands up. Oh, see, this doesn't work. This is terrible, right? Then next
Right.
thing you know, you didn't gain 4 pounds off of the supposed to be trying to lose zero point 0.5, right? And so, whereas if you celebrate, even when your goal is zero point 0.5, you get to zero point 0.2. You celebrate that zero point 0.2, and you tell yourself, "I'm so excited about that zero point 0.2 because now I'm only zero point 0.3 away from that zero point 0.5." Then all of a sudden, you have a whole different ball game. Now
I
you're
love
excited to
that.
be in the game, right?
Yeah. Lafayette, I love that, because, we go to work, and when people manage us, if they don't do it correctly, we don't like it. And I think when you said that right now, it made me think, well, that's how we're doing to our kids. or our
Right.
grandkids or whoever. They're human beings, and we wouldn't like when our boss talks to us like a certain way, but we talk to our boss. I mean, no, our boss. We talk to our kids the same
Yeah.
way. Oh,
People get it.
Lafayette, do you
Go
go
ahead.
ahead? No, 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 you.
No, I said people really do, and I'm so glad you said it that way because people really do make them say, "Well, they're kids; they should just do what I say," right? But think about it. That's how a lot of bosses think about their
That's
employees too.
right.
Well, I'm the boss, so they should just do what I tell them to do. That does not mean that you get to come talking to me crazy, right?
That's
And
right.
then it's
Hmm.
interesting because most people talk to their kids really in a crazy way, and then be like shocked and appalled and surprised that the kids are following the modeling that they gave to them.
Hmm.
You
Isn't that
they
the
you
isn't that
modeled
the
it,
trip? Yeah.
right?
So you're having your next PEP, Parents Empowering Parents, is going to be on the April 24th at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. So I am so excited about the PEP program. But
Me
this
too.
right here, this is like my love child project because
Hmm.
first of all, I got an absolutely fantastic woman on my team for one. Okay, she's been fighting for and advocating for the rights of kids for such a long time. She
Hmm.
herself has a boy, young man now, son who's on the autism spectrum, and she's
Hmm.
been fighting for his IEP and 504 rights forever. And she has come to join my team with an ABA perspective on some of the social skills. So we've taken ABA and the behavioral portion of ABA and the Lafaya Way relational approach. And we've created a super powered approach to socializing now that we're going to be teaching
Hmm.
to the kids and to the parents, and we're actually going to be offering the parents weekly a deep dive. Now this is one of my favorite parts, deep
Hmm.
diving into my the three books so far in my parenting book series, in the Lafaya Way book series. I highly suggest that you look it up.
They're
Go to
very good.
lafayaway.com, get more information about everything it is I'm talking about. But I'm telling you now that those books are life changers for even those who didn't glean everything they needed to from the books. They were still able to take some of the tangible techniques in there and use them in a way that has changed their lives. And this is only with only using small portions of it. I'm giving you the opportunity to with the author herself, come in. We're reading together and we're going over this material and we're applying it to
Yeah.
your life in real time. Well, and then and all those what ifs that you get when you read a book, when you read a parenting book, you're like, oh, okay, well that might work for somebody else's kid, but what if blah? You could ask
Hmm.
me all the what ifs right there, right then. So this is like gonna give people all that they need. And then we have our parent support groups to make sure that what you're learning is actually being applied and sticking in your lives. And then we have so many different great pieces to it. But if you join our PEP party, which is our Parents Empowering Parents party, then you can get more information about what may work or what works best for you, because we have three
Hmm.
different tiers that people can come in on. And I'm trying to make sure that we get to meet you at your level of need, how much need you have, and let's make it work. And right now, oh, I forgot about. Actually have a special offer for anybody who is coming in and they're wanting to get the PEP 2 or PEP 3 programs. Then I'm offering a free scholarship to another parent for a PEP 1 program. So not only will you be supporting your family, but you will be supporting other families by participating. This is going to change. I'm looking to change as many lives as we can reach.
Lafayette, I have to tell you, I just talked to someone, someone that you referred me to, and he said to me that you were the only person out of many, he said many therapists, that these many therapists could not reach his daughter, could not make a difference with his daughter. And you and Linda, which you were just talking about, your partner, that you guys are
Yeah,
pulling this
Linda.
together, made amazing strides. And those strides are, she's in college now, finishing her second year in college,
Yep.
has two jobs. And he said the change happened when you came into their life.
Yeah. You
So
know,
you do amazing things. You need to be on Oprah, he said. This is what he said to me. You need to be on Oprah. And I think he's right.
I can't wait to
Oprah.
meet her. It's gonna happen. Hi, Oprah. I'm ready to meet you. I've been ready. Oh, I'm ready. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Yeah,
So no,
yeah,
anyway, but no, this
because
particular girl that
you touch kids.
yeah,
You touch kids.
yeah, this particular girl, when we met, she was in, I believe, the ninth grade, or she was going into the ninth grade, and they thought that she was not able to process what people were saying to her at all. So it was
Mm-hmm.
one that just having back and forth conversation was a challenge when we initially started. No socializing at all, and it just failed at every social avenue. Diagnosed on the spectrum, but very, very capable. When we
Mm-hmm.
higher functioning, very, very capable when you know how to build the bridges to those abilities that look like disabilities. The
Mm-hmm.
Lafaya Way helps you to build the bridge, even if it's piece by piece, to help them get from where you think they should be able to get to from where they are back here to
Mm-hmm.
actually getting there. We fill in the space between where they are and where they can be.
Yeah, because he said, and this I found this to be amazing. He said that when she comes out after meeting the therapist, she's I hate him. I hate him. That's the first thing she says when she comes out of the room. I never want
That
to come
sounds
here again.
likely.
And you said when she came out with you, it was when are we going to come back? So this is why people need to come to the pet party. Come May 1st. I know you have phase. You have the. Tell us what you have coming May 1st. I don't want to.
Oh,
I
okay.
want to make
May
sure.
1st is May 1st is going to be the official launch of our PEP program. So our Parents Empowering Parents deep dive starts on May 1st. So I'm trying to get everybody to get signed up so that because once we hit May 1st, then it's going to take 4 weeks for us to start up the next segment. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep it continual, but I want to make sure that people are able to kind of, especially during this ground floor period right here,
Mm-hmm.
while we're building it up, because you're going to get so much more of me, so much more of my time. It's going to be awesome. I'm just, like I said, I'm overly excited. I'm going to give so much to the parents, and my goal, quite simply, is to change lives in a way that's going to change the way we operate in our society, period. Because now we're going to be sending out kids that actually know how to function in a way that's going to create a better society.
Well, I think that's amazing. So if they want to get a hold of you, they can go to www right there on our screen. Visit us at www.lafayaway.com. And the PEP party that's coming up on April 24th, 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, that's going to be under events. And then your event you having May 1st, the rollout, is under um, not event. It's under services tab.
Yes,
So
yes.
so that's where they can go. So it's www.lafayaway.com, and they can also follow you on Facebook and Instagram at
Facebook,
Lafayaway.
Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, everything is
YouTube.
Lafaya Way. Everything YouTube, you can search Lafaya Way and find wonderful education there. If you're wondering if you want to see me in action, if you want to see, no, I need to know what she's doing first. I'm putting it all out there. So there's education there for you on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/ the letter C / Lafaya Way. You get all kinds of education that way. I'm giving so many freebies. You can come meet with me live through Zoom and on Q&A the Lafaya Way every other Friday at 6 p.m. Our next meeting will be April 30th. And so if you come in, you can come in and ask me questions right there on the spot, get your answers in real time, because I've been doing this work for so long. If I haven't seen it yet, then I'm probably somewhere really close to have seen it. So
Yeah.
so at this point, come in, ask the questions, try to stump me. I love that. I've had people talk to me about their kid actually going in. I've actually had a kid that actually peed on a kid before. There are
Mm-hmm.
answers for all this stuff.
There
And you
is.
just, there are techniques, there are strategies to use for all this stuff. So you guys come in and visit with me. I'm opening it up right now. There have so much time that I'm dedicating to give to you right now, and a lot of the resources out there are free. Find out about me
And
for free.
they can go to Amazon and your books are on Amazon. So if they want to buy,
Amazon.com.
you have 3 books, and if they want to buy them, Lafaya Mitchell, they can buy them on Amazon.
Amazon, go to Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com and search the Lafaya Way, and they will pull up all 3 of my books. Or you can go on my website and it'll take you there too. So you can find just about everything through the website. It'll has a book section. You can click in there and it'll take you to Amazon.com anyway.
Yeah. So, okay. So we're going to wrap it up. And thank you, Lafaya, for again coming on and talking to us about your amazing, amazing 4 core strategies, the Lafaya Way. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for joining, Curtis. I see you.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. If I don't see you.